Hello, game theorists, and welcome to another week, another episode of the Game Theory Podcast. I screwed up the last numbering, so this is actually episode 99.
This is what happens when I'm not around.
Oh, dude.
You talk a big game with JT. When it comes down to counting,
You dropped the ball.
You drop the ball.
Oh, man. For a podcast where I think we probably overuse our thinking on a hobby, yeah, I didn't think a whole lot about numbering. I don't know why. Like, I looked at my phone, and I didn't scroll up, because what I usually do is I just grab the phone next to me, I look at it, and then I look at what episode's on my phone, and this time I didn't scroll up and look at, what else was up there. So I was like, 95 sounds right. 96 is next. But nope, 99.
They're all... Who's keeping track anymore? iTunes doesn't even keep our first 20 episodes on file.
Really?
Yeah. If you go to the iStore, this is what I don't like about iTunes, is they'll only keep your most recent 100 episodes. And since we started breaking our episodes into two-parters, we've long passed that.
Shit. Oh, that's weird, because we reference that a lot, like the old episodes, but oh well.
Yeah, they're still on our Libsyn feed, so if people Google us, they can still find the old stuff, but not on iTunes. No longer.
Yeah. Well, YouTube's there too, with horrible quality and or no video.
No sound drops, and just us staring awkwardly during the silence of each drop.
Yeah, we'd be like, and welcome to the next section. That's me staring awkwardly for anyone at home.
Yeah,
that's listening to the podcast format. So you're welcome for letting you relive that. Dude, it's been a while. How was your trip? Seeing your family?
It's good. I drove through southwest Colorado getting back, and it is the boonies. It is like you're going through national forests and mountains, just Rocky Mountains and forests everywhere. So there's this one road where you're just spiraling up a mountain, and then you spiral down another one. It's like Mario Kart, where you're just constantly, like, I feel like it should be blue sparks should be coming out of my tires to give me a super boost, because I'm just power sliding all the way down a mountain. And there's no bars. So, usually when you go someplace now in this day and age, you just say, Siri or Cortana or whoever your little AI slave in your phone is, take me to this address. And then they take you there. But when you have no bars and no satellite, it's pretty crazy. It felt like it was the 90s again. I had to dig out a road map and consult it like a prospector from the 19th century.
Yeah? Did you use a witching rod to find some water, a dowsing rod?
Yeah. It was like walking around looking for the highway. It was a highway rod.
Yeah, I could use a cup of coffee or an energy drink, but there's literally nothing around. So I guess I'm just going to douse for some water now.
Yeah, I had to pull over the side of the road at one point and then just kind of kneel down and take some of the dirt and just throw it up in the air and kind of watch it fly away. Like those Indian guides, like Westerns.
Yeah, you like, put your ear to the ground and you're like, the highway's that direction. Yeah. That's fun. So you got a little time to commune with the spirits then. That's how people got direction back then.
Leveled up some shaman levels.
Well, me and JT, did you listen to the episode? We talked about like just stuff. It's really interesting.
Yes, stuff. Good. I did listen to it. The gaming is coping.
Yeah.
I'm like super emotionally balanced, so it didn't really apply to me, but it was good that you had JT on for that.
Perfect. Good. Yeah, you didn't have to admit any emotional flaws there. Or I guess normal things, not flaws, but my internet was being weird a minute ago. Is my voice being okay?
Yeah, it got a little robot-y at one point, but it's not.
So sorry, everyone at home. It's frustrating as hell to me. I don't know what's going on, man. Oh well, maybe there's time. Anyway, but yeah, dude. Yeah. Did you get a chance to play any games?
I have been playing a lot of Dragon Age Inquisition and Earthbound. But over the course of the reunion, we played some D&D 5th edition and some Legendary. So it was like a continuation of our little get-together.
Nice. With the family. How'd that go?
It was fun. It was, okay, so one of my cousin's kids, he's, I want to say 14. Like, he's coming of age. He's becoming a man. And in the gamer community, when you come of age, so we have this tradition with family reunions where when all the grown-ups would go to bed, the kids would meet in the basement or someplace, like my parents' basement.
Yeah.
and we'd play Dungeons and Dragons, and we'd play 4th edition. You know, that was what we always used to do, and 3rd edition before that. Like, we've been doing it for years, and so now all the kids are grown-ups and they've got kids of their own, but the tradition stays true. So whenever we get together and all their kids go to bed, we find a common room and we play some D&D. And so this kid, it was his first year to be old enough where I was like, as a DM, I was like, Michael, I believe you are ready. And he's like, I can play Dungeons and Dragons. And I'm like, yes, you are of age. And he was like so excited to actually learn how to play. He's like, I'm turning into a real geek, which is an exciting thing now in his generation. So, you know, I gave everybody those pre-mades that we had, like the elf wizard and the halfling rogue, and, you know, the ones we used.
Yeah.
But for him, because it was his first time, I sat him down and we made his own characters. I was like, okay, so first question, what race do you want to be? And he's like, oh, man, I want to be an elf. And I was like, well chosen. Now your class. And he's looking him over and he's like, I want to be a ranger. And I was like, very classic. And so we started just going through. And it's fun because in 5th edition, the character building's all like, okay, now do you want to have a pack full of spelunking gear or a pack with ropes and a compass? And he's like, oh, it's like, doesn't matter, but he's all thinking, he's like, oh, which one would I want? And all these like little flavor decisions like that.
Yeah, and I remember that.
Going through his background with those ideals and the flaws and the, you know, the personality traits. And so he's like, oh yeah, I think I believe that in the wild only the strong should survive. And I'm like, that's kind of an evil thing to think. He's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. So he was kind of an asshole elf ranger. But I swear, and I know statistically this doesn't make any sense, but hear me out. That newbie beginner luck, it runs so strong. He rolled so many crits. He was just critting up a storm, and it's reinforcing because he's so excited, and the rest of the group is like, "Wow, good job, man! Wow, you're just killing it!" And like he's clearly the MVP of that adventure. Remember the little hobgoblin or the little goblin cave adventure at the beginning?
Yeah,
he's just shooting arrows at everything and rolling 20s left, right, and center. He must have gotten 7 in that adventure, and you know everyone else had like 1 or maybe 2. And I don't know, something about that beginner's luck really got him pumped. He's like, I'm level 2. Anyway, new D&D gamer conversion. You know,
one of those. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. That's me. I got Mario Party 10. Have you heard of it?
Yes, that game is insane.
What the hell? What kind of sicko made up this game? Like, in theory, it's a really fun game, and it is fun. Just a bunch of mini games. Right, like these,
like all Mario parties, it's just a bunch of mini games.
Mm-hmm. And you know, you travel around a little board, and you know, there's like no real correlation with skill who wins.
Yeah,
but unfortunately, all of a sudden, there's this. They added this new episode or this new version called Bowser Party. Have you heard of this?
That sounds fun. Bowser gets to play.
Yeah. Oh wait, yeah, you talked about this one time earlier. Dude, yeah, it sounds fun. Except I have my.
Can you ever hear of Firefly? That's a show you might like, David.
Check it out. Check it out.
Yes, continue recommending it to me though. What's it like?
Well, Bowser Party, like one person gets to play on the little Wii U pad and just gets to wreck the shit of everyone else. But it's totally unfair because that guy's way too good. And what's worse is my nephew is over. His name's Liam, and this kid loves to trash talk. So he's just like, "You got wrecked! You got wrecked!" He loves telling me how much I got wrecked. Yeah, as Bowser, which it's incredibly easy to wreck people. Of course you're wrecked. But anyway, here's why it's a horrible idea. Like, whenever you're Bowser, it's incredibly frustrating to be anyone else. Like, I was playing, and he keeps, like, smashing me in mini games, which is, you know, unfair, because he's just like, oh, well. One of them, like, Bowser's falling down, and on the Wii pad, you can look down, and you can see people as you're dropping down on them, right? And there's 2 platforms for them to stand on. You as a little guy, you know, you can stand on the left platform or the right platform and hope that he comes down on the other one. But there's 4 of you, so you're running around like chaos, like a bunch of cats. And then all of a sudden, you know, he's looking on his Wii pad, he's getting closer, and he'd do it right in the middle, and he'd just pick a side to finish on, and so it was just complete luck. And then he's like, wrecked! Ah ha ha! You suck! That was easy! That was easy! And I was like, and then so like the next person's turn, it's Elijah's turn, or no, Davian, you know, and Davian's my youngest, he's 4, and so he had already been frustrated because he was losing even worse than everyone else was designed to lose, but and so he gets it, and I was like, you know, maybe we shouldn't do Bowser Party because, you know, the kids started fighting a little bit. They were like, oh, that's not fair, man. And I'm like, yeah, it's not fair. And then he's like, yeah, but I wrecked you. And I'm like, it's not nice to talk trash. Let's not do that. And he's like, oh, well, still, I did a lot better. And I'm like, that's still talking trash. Don't do that. He's like, oh, well, it's easy to beat you. And I'm like, that's also called trash. Don't do that. And like he just all these variations on how to be like mean to
Everything
everyone.
coming out of your mouth is mean right now.
Yeah, and so it's just a series of hazing because then I was like, maybe we shouldn't do that. And Dabby's like, no, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna get everyone back. This horrible experience. So he gets it. Same thing. He's playing. He's like, yay, victory, And then everyone else is like, oh man, I lost, and it feels like it wasn't fair, or weird. And then here comes the next one. I'm like, maybe not Bowser Party. Let's just do Mario Party. Nope. Like, of course they want to do Bowser Party. So it's like hazing in the military where it's like, no, heck no.
I went through it. You got to go through it now.
Yep. So that was
out
hilarious.
of curiosity, I googled how do you defeat Bowser in Bowser Party, and Prima Games, like Prima Games, they come out with their business model is strategy guides in the age of the internet. I'm surprised they're still in business, but that's what they do.
Yeah.
And their advice for winning, it's like how to defeat Bowser in Mario Party 10. I was like, oh, what's this? And it's like, avoid his wrath. In the mini games, try to dodge Bowser's attacks. I was like, oh, that's prime advice. No wonder you're called Prima Games. That's beautiful.
Oh, thank you. So helpful.
That's what I was doing wrong. I was jumping into his attacks, trying to fake him out.
It's so crappy. Like he gets all the dice that you get. You get 4 dice, but he gets extra ones along the way. So he'll end up catching up to you every time. And you got 5 hearts total, and you rarely get any more. And you can lose up to 5 in one minigame, but you always at least lose 1.
Yeah, it was like the other advice was try to land on things with bonus dice or bonus spaces. Those will help you. And it's like, well, yeah, you try to land on them, but it's random. You're just rolling dice.
Yeah. Shut up, Prima. God.
Like, you want to put as much distance as you can between you and Bowser. So aim for those bonus dice. It's like, oh, good. Thank you. It's easy. What? I don't know why I didn't think of that.
Oh god, it was like playing Xbox Live, just getting wrecked by someone. This kid who's just telling you how easy it is to destroy you, and you're like,
his voice hasn't dropped yet, so it's even worse.
Yeah. He's jumping. Yeah. He's right in front of you too.
Like, I can easily strangle you right now if there were no law.
If he wasn't related to me, like there's that related bit where I'm like,
right?
It's just Liam.
Your genes prosper, but if you had been a complete stranger.
Yeah, had he not been my nephew, I would have been like, shut up, you little dick. Like, there was a point where I did say something because he kept talking, trash to the kids, too. And they kind of got depressed, and even Dabby started crying. And he's still like, yeah, easy. And I'm like, so finally I was like,
you're going to cry? You're going to cry?
Yeah, you little girl. But then I was like, dude, I just had this parent breaking moment. I was like, dude, it's designed to be easy. That's the point. The reason why you're winning, if you may notice, whoever has that pad wins a lot. It's supposed to be easy. You're literally cheating. That's the point of the game, for you to cheat. Like, if you roll and you don't catch up to them, they let you re-roll. You get to catch up no matter what. Shut up. Like, I didn't say the last part, but I was like, I explained it to him in I didn't mince my words.
No uncertain terms.
Yeah, there you go.
So, the deck is stacked in your favor, you little turd.
But this is like on day 3, so it wasn't. I held my crap for a long time.
Good. Like, as a full-grown psychologist, I would expect you to be able
3 days
to last at least 3 days.
But after a while, man, because they just don't. I don't know why they're friends. They don't get along, these kids. But anyway, I don't have to get into that.
The point is that, you don't get to choose who your cousins are. You have to be friends with them.
Yeah, well, I mean, they get along, but they also hate each other. It's like this. It's like a dysfunctional, like,
family.
Yeah, there you go. That's what it is. It's family. But anyway, long story short, Mario Party 10 is a lot of fun. But Bowser Party, dude, be careful. Don't drink with friends you like. I don't know. I was playing with kids and I almost got punched. So
we turned Mario Party into a drinking game when JT was here. So we just played the classic Mario Party, and we had a certain number of stars that you could get before you, like, every time you got 5 stars you drank or something. I forgot what the rule was, but it was pretty fun.
There's that one part where you suck everyone else's stars out into yourself, so I can't imagine.
That's like 40. Yeah, just finish the shot and move on.
You're like, oh, I would just quit the game at that point, or quit life because my liver's dead.
There's one, those are like Bowser Jr. little squares that you can land on.
Yeah,
and then it roulette's like bad things that can happen to you.
Yeah.
And one of them is like, receive 1,000 stars. What a dick thing to put on there. It's never going to land on that, but it's just like, do. It starts slowing down. It just hesitates on that for a minute, and that's like, lose half your stars.
Yeah. That sucks.
I don't know.
Maybe,
maybe it's like a 1 in a million chance. Like, maybe one of our listeners has had that happen where they got 1,000 stars from Bowser Jr., but I just get pissed every time I see it. I'm like, I know that's not going to happen.
It probably doesn't. Trolls. Also played a lot of Witcher, which was really fun. I think I'm almost done. I don't know, dude.
Which Witcher?
Witcher 3. I played so much to the point where there's so many levels that are gray to me now that I'm like, I don't want to skip levels because I like witching. Witching is fun. I'm a witcher.
Burn him! No,
Yeah,
Witcher, not a
dude,
witch.
it's fun. It's like if you ever read Sherlock Holmes type novels.
Yes.
It's kind of a monster of the week thing in Sherlock Holmes type things,
It's like
and that's
an
what it
episode
is.
of early Supernatural or Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Yeah, it's exactly what it is, but it's like a mature theme. So like, there's people just mangled or whatever, and you have to like you question people to figure out what kind of monster it is, and it all matters because you can put oils on your blade or drink certain kinds of potions that make you better against certain enemies. So if you guess right or if you deduce it, then you'll have a somewhat easy fight. Not easy, but you'll have a good fair fight. But if you do it wrong, like this one, there's this thing in the fog, and this idiot out in the swamp is not helpful because I was like, hey man, I'm here for the Witcher contract. I saw there was a post up on the billboard over there. And he's like, oh yeah, first of all, he's in the middle of nowhere. And to get to him, you get jumped by all these drowners, which are people who have been pulled into the sea, and died in there. And they come back as vengeful spirits. And so I'm like, I'm all bleeding. And I'm like, God, I don't know if you noticed, there's like a quadrillion drowners here. You could have made this easier on me. And he's like, oh yeah, it's fine. He's like, what's up? And I'm like, oh, God's gonna be a troll. Listen to his voice. And I was like, hear about the Witcher contract? And he's like, oh yeah, and you can negotiate too your price, which is fun. Mm-hmm. So I was like, 350 gold, and he's like, that's too much. And so I slid it down some to less than half of what would be double. So less of half of double, yeah, so 50% more. And and then he goes, no, and they get a little more annoyed. You can only negotiate so many times. And I was like, okay, cheap ass, fine. 25% more. And he's like, steal too much. No, I can't do it. And I was like, what? It's like 25 extra bucks. It's not a big deal. Okay, fine. 10% more. And he goes, nah, it's too high. And like at that point, it was like almost all the way annoyed. And I was like, oh, fine, I'll take the asking price then, you jerk. And so he's like, all right, let me tell you everything I know. And so I'm like, okay. And he's like, they're in the fog. Yes, they are. And they're in there and they're taking people. And I was like, there's nobody out here. And then he's like, yeah, but they took someone.
Exactly. Why do you think that is?
So he's already an unreliable source. I'm like, God dang it. And then, I'm like, I don't know what this thing is or these things are or whatever. Sometimes it's just people. Sometimes it's nothing. Like, it just depends. It's really intriguing. And so I was like, okay, what? And he goes, yeah, it just sucks people dry. And I'm like, vampire type maybe. Right? Because werewolves don't suck people dry. They'd rip them apart. There's claw marks. And I'm like, okay. And he's like, yeah, but it doesn't leave any feet prints. I'm like, what? And he's like, yeah, it doesn't. I'm like, does it fly? Nah. Well, so I wander out into the fog. Point is I get nothing from this guy. I wander into the fog, and I'm just like, I hope. And the fog's slowly killing me because it's swamp fog. And I'm like, so I keep eating bread, drinking water.
One cure for swamp fog is water and bread.
And I wander across some bodies that were nowhere near where he said they were. And I'm like, God. And I get out, and near the swamps, which already sucks. Maybe it's because I live in Mississippi, but I'm sick of that shit. And I find these bodies, and they're just headless bodies. I'm like, okay, these aren't drained or anything, you jerk. Anyway, the point is, I guess something totally different. I was like, I think it's, and you've got a monster index. So I looked through it, and I was like, okay, I think it's these, like a harpy. And I was like, it's got to be. Because it fly, no footprints. I get there, and it's something called a foglet. And these are all based off real mythological creatures. But it's this thing that gets in the fog, and it's like a lightning type, and it wrecks my shit repeatedly. Like, because it saves right when you meet him. There's an autosave. So other than that, it's pretty...
You're just reloading with your crappy, like, non-lightning-proof gear on, and you're like, come on, bring it.
I had hybrid...
Wow, this game sounds a lot like Supernatural because, like, the first half of the episodes, they're trying to figure out what they're up against, and they're interviewing eyewitnesses, and they're like, "Oh, it might be a vengeful spirit," and they're packing salt into their shotguns because that dispels spirits. Like, it sounds like a fantasy version of that.
It is, yeah. And this is a side part of the game. It's called Witcher contracts, and so you don't have to do them, but it's like monster hunting, and I love monster hunting, so I love doing it. But now I'm so low level that I get there, and I'm like, all right, what is it? And they're like, I don't know. And they started building intrigue. I'm like, it doesn't matter. I'm like 6 levels. It doesn't matter. I just walk out there and just kill it.
Whatever it is, I'm way too high level for this area.
So it's ironic because I want to play them because I enjoy them, but I'm not enjoying them. So I'm just getting them done. And, for super low level gear.
Are we on gaming experiences? Because that's exactly how Dragon Age Inquisition has felt for me of late.
Yeah. Well, I figured we'd all just integrate in this section, but yeah. So Dragon Age Inquisition was the same way?
Yeah, so I'm doing the whole thing where I'm trying to do all the side quests and get all the collectibles, and I've kind of given up on some things, like random mosaic pieces. There's like 4 different mosaics. They're 12 pieces each, and they're just scattered across the world. No, that's not happening. Because on Assassin's Creed, it'll give you some direction, right? It'll give you a treasure map, or like you can see it on the map once you find a watchtower. This one's just like, good luck, hope you find it. And there's no way to tell which ones you've already gotten. So if you go and look up a strategy guide, it tells you the locations, but you don't know which ones you've got and which ones you haven't. So you have to go check every location. I was like, no, fuck that noise. I'm not doing that. And on top of that, the searching mechanic on Dragon Age Inquisition is so back-asswards.
What?
Ass backwards. It's you have to, on your controller, like if you have an Xbox controller, it's got the left joystick.
Yeah.
You have to press it down like a button, that joystick, and it'll send out a little like ping, like a little sonar ping, and then anything that's hidden, yes, as you can see, anything that is hidden would like show up on your radar and become outlined so you can see it better on the screen.
Is that like Tomb Raider kind of?
Does Tomb Raider do that too? I don't remember.
Yeah, she had like a rating sense. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, but it's not always on. Like you're just constantly pressing it throughout. You're just running around, ting, running around, ting, ting, and so you're just constantly clicking that ting. And if you ever forget, you might miss a mosaic piece or something. So yeah, I'm not into that. It's not what I'm all about. Why not just have that automatically show up on my radar without searching for it all the time? Because that's what I'm gonna be doing. There's no limit. There's no cooldown. Like there's no reason not to be just constantly tapping it. Yeah. So I've been running around. I've been gathering regions and landmarks and trying to accomplish all this stuff that's just not fun. And some of it's really buggy. Like you have to be in an exact certain part. Like the map's kind of all unlocked. Like you can see there's no fog of war on the map, but there's a certain part you didn't stand on that's like discovered this region. So you have to go run around, try and find that part you missed.
Huh.
So it's really just killing me. So finally I just decided, like whatever, I'm just going on. I'm going to finish the story quest because I'm at the very end. I'm at the part where it's like, once you go past, you can't come back. And so like, I'm like, finally, the story's picking up. It's getting intense, big final battle. I'm rushing in there. And then it's like, moral dilemma, arbitrary moral decision. Do you want to chase the guy you're chasing? Or do you want to stop and preserve this well of sorrows? It's a strange relic that might be disappearing, and Morgan wants to save it, and she's pretty shady, though, so should you trust her? And I was like, yeah, we'll save them with the Well of Sorrows. I'm a mage. I mean, that's a very foreboding name, but let's save it. And it's like, okay, if you want to save it, then you're going to need to solve these puzzles, and it's these stupid puzzles where you run around and you try and fill in a box without, like, retracing your steps kind of puzzle, those?
Yeah.
They're not fun. It's just trial and error until you figure it out. So I'm just running around. It completely kills the pacing because we're about to like have this final confrontation. And she's like, wait, what about the Well of Sorrows? And then your other party members are like, no, we can't let him get away. And I'm like, no, this won't take long. Because I didn't think it'd take long. And it's like, okay, you chose poorly because now there's like 3 puzzles you have to figure out. And you better hope you're sober because this is going to get frustrating fast.
If you save the president, do you want to save the president or just keep running after Bin Laden? You're like, oh, I'll just save the president real quick. It's just over there. Like, yeah. When you get there, they're like 3 Rubik's cubes. Oh, and you're like, what the hell?
No, you better hurry. Bin Laden's getting away.
Yeah, and you're like, this is not exciting. I feel like I don't know what I'm doing. This is just trial and error.
Oh, it is. I'm so mad at this game. Like, I take back. I admit I was wrong. I take back my Game of the Year recommendation for 2014. This game could have been awesome, but it just does not respect you or your time. It sounds like it's everything The Witcher 3 did right. Dragon Age Inquisition tried to do that first and failed.
That sucks. The thing about The Witcher 2 is that all the quests are like fun and meaningful. Whoever wrote that shit needs to go work for an MMO because like and it's never what you expect. So it's like episodes of a TV show. Because like you get somewhere and they're like, hey, this rich banker guy's like, hey, my house is haunted. Can you go take care of that? Money's not an option. And you're like, well, that's exactly the kind of job I want because I'm a Witcher. And yeah, I get paid a lot to figure out what's going on.
You had me at money's not an option.
He's
like, that's the last thing I said.
There's kids that have to be. You're like, no, it's fine. It's fine. Whatever it takes. But I went to this thing and you get in this house and it's nothing what it seems. And then there's like this dreamer, like there's all this cool fantasy stuff. And then when you look it up, it tells about the historical origin of it. It's awesome. Like, real life stuff.
I need to get that game because
fun.
I'm so and I'm all over leveled on Dragon Age Inquisition because I went and hunted down all the dragons and all the side quests.
Yeah.
So I'm coming in at like level 25 or 26, and the recommended level for this end game stuff is 18. So I'm like, they're like, oh, there's a huge army there, and I'm like, I got it. Force field.
Yeah.
Chop, 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 chop. You guys just stand back. I'm gonna clear it out.
Oh yeah, that's what's funny about The Witcher. Like the combat. Remember you mentioned you didn't like it, and I was like, I like it, but now I played it for I don't know how many hours, 60, so much, and it's starting to get old. But I play it anyway. Like I'm like, you know, and I fight through the combat, and it's a little clunky, but I still find myself drawn to it because of all these cool little stories, and I love monster hunting. And then the main story, I don't even like the main story. It's like, hey, here's this new character, and I'm like, new characters are cool. Anything interesting about them? Like, no. And I'm like, oh, okay. And it's like kind of like your daughter though, and you're like, really? Because I can't have kids. And I'm like, God, daughter. I'm like, oh, then I'm even less attached. And then it's like, and now she's older and kind of hot. And I'm like, now I feel weird about this. I've got the weirdest boner right now. And then it's like, and he's like, it means everything to me. And I'm like, how come you never mentioned her in any of the past games? It's just the whole main plot. You're like chasing this girl, and I'm like, who cares? Who cares? The whole region's being torn apart by war. Who cares? Like, go do whatever you're doing. And he's like, and he keeps saying it's super important. I'm like, who is this kid? Like, never mentioned her. But anyway, yeah, I could tell they're trying to write it in. But
right,
whoever wrote those side quests need to write that main storyline because I don't give a shit. But the side quests are fun.
Yeah, I'll check that out. That one and Batman Arkham Knight are my two. Once I have money or they go on sale games.
Yeah, Arkham Knight's super fun, and this Batman, and this one's I don't know. Yeah, it's a cool flavor. But anyway, yeah. Well, great, good. I guess we can probably move on to the main section since we merged everything.
Okay.
All right. So we'll see you guys on the other side.